Okay, example number 5. It's all about using a table to find conditional probability. And conditional probability is just the probability of dependent events. That's exactly what it is. So, the table below shows the distribution of votes for student government president elections at Surfside High. Find each probability. So before we find each probability, we need to figure out the totals of everything, because if we don't know the totals of everything, then we can't really find the probability. It's pretty useless. So we're going to figure out over here how many total freshmen there are. So we're going to add them together. I'll just move this over. So how many total freshmen? 249 plus 285 plus 194. 728 total freshmen. A lot of probability and statistics is adding things together and dividing them. You're going to find that out. Okay, so how many total sophomores? 312 plus 257 plus 212. 781. This is a big school. Okay, and then how many juniors? 205 plus 324. Oops. 205 plus 324 plus 248. 777. And how many seniors? 197 plus 259 plus 318. 774. Okay, we're not done. We need to figure out how many people voted for each person. So we have the total number of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. Now we need to figure out how many people voted for Keegan, Wolber, and Dow. I'm guessing that's how you say that. So we're going to add up all the people who voted for Keegan. So 249 plus 312 plus 205 plus 197. 963 people voted for Keegan. Wolber, 257 plus 324 plus 259. 1,125. And then how many people voted for Dow? So 194 plus 212 plus 248 plus 318. 972. Okay, we have one more total we need to figure out. I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, what the heck? So we're going to put that total. We want the total number of students, period. So we're just going to add up all of these, or all of these, doesn't matter. You're going to get the same number either way, and figure out how many total students are there at Surfside High. So I'm just going to add up these 4 numbers right here. 728 plus 781 plus 777. So there's 3,060 students at this school. That's a big school. Okay, now that we have all of our totals, which took forever, we are going to start finding probabilities. Okay. Probability that a junior voted for Dow. So we need to figure out how many juniors are there. So it's not just a junior and voted for Dow out of how many students, it's how many out of the junior class voted for Dow. So this is called conditional probability. We're going to say probability of a junior. We're going to put this like vertical line between. That means given that they voted for Dow. Okay. I should write down when I do your notes again where conditional probability is. Okay, so probability that a junior voted for Dow. So how many people voted for Dow that were a junior? Well, there's juniors and Dows, 248. Out of how many total juniors are there? 777. So we just figured that out. We go 248 divided by 777. So, oops, we're going to go times 100. 31.92% that a junior voted for Dow. Okay, so whenever you see this of that a junior voted for Dow, or that a certain class, you know you're going to be just dealing with that class. You don't want to know how many people out of the whole school. You just want how many juniors voted for Dow, okay? So let's do letter B. Voted for Wolber, period. Out of the whole school, how many people, or what's the probability that they voted for Wilbur. So we're going to look how many people voted for Wilbur, 1,125, out of the whole school, which is 3,060 people. So we want to write probability of Wilbur. That's such a weird name. Probability of Wilbur total, period. So we want 1,125 divided by 3,060. Oops, come on. 1,125 divided by 3060 times 100. 36.76% that somebody voted for Wilbur out of the whole school. Okay? It's pretty good. And this very, very last one, voted for Keegan and was from the sophomore class. So this time we're looking in the box. This is where tables can get really, really helpful because you can look and see there's little sections that have all the information that you're looking for. So in this case, voted for Keegan. So here's our Keegan column. And was a sophomore. So right here, 312. So this is really a probability of sophomore and voted for Keegan. Okay, so notice it didn't say probably that a junior voted for Keegan. It was probably that they voted for Keegan and was a sophomore. So that's the language you got to look for. So sophomore and Keegan, 312 people were sophomores and voted for Keegan out of the whole school. So we're going to plug that into our calculator and see what it comes up with. Times 100. 10.19%. That a sophomore, somebody voted for Keegan and was a sophomore. So we'll do a little bit more examples with conditional probability so that you can get used to it because the language is the big part of it. Okay?